I'm Rika Brandon, Chief Executive Recruiter of Building Gurus, and we're talking about stage 3 of our 4-stage search process. Now, this is where it gets exciting because now we're going to be presenting to you candidates that we've identified and qualified that are our match and interested in your opportunity. So the first thing I want to share with you is that I use both functional interviews to make sure they've done it and they can do it again with the job, but I also apply a specialized interview methodology I've created over the last 20 years called the SELL interview methodology. That means I'm selling your opportunity, educating them about the parts that might not be so sunshine, and frankly, saving us some time so they don't start and quit or pull themselves out of the process. I am also listening to make sure that they have that experience we need and they are able to fit into your culture. Now, the secret part that sets apart third-party recruiters between most other interviewers is I am learning their hot buttons. What are their motivations for making a change? Why are they feeling frustrated? What made them actually respond to me and have this conversation with me? What are they looking for in a change from their current job that this job can give them? Now, I'm doing this because this is how we do the second part of the recruiter's job, which I think is the most important. This is how we get to yes. First, we have to get the right qualified and interested people interested and responding to us and engaging with us. But you don't have a great hire until we get them to say yes to your offer. And by understanding this and creating a rapport throughout the selection process, I am able to help you make sure that you extend an offer that hits those hot buttons and is going to get accepted. Or if it's not, at least you're not surprised when they decline your offer. So with this, you're going to see your first look candidate. And that means as soon as we have somebody we think is on point, be it 3 days into the search or a week and a half, we're going to send it to you and say, hey, this is what we think. We like this. This might be an area of probable concern. What do you think? And we want you to redirect us. If for some reason I'm off target, I need you to tell me that. Now, after 20 years of doing similar searches, it's pretty rare I'm way off target. But obviously, this is a two-way street. I'm going to communicate with you about challenges and things I'm coming into, and I want you to communicate with where I'm off or how I can improve. So with that first look candidate is just sort of our calibration. Of course, we want you to interview them. Time kills deals. Don't wait till we've got 5. We want to start interviewing immediately in this market. We're also going to give you a detailed submittal. So that's typically in the form of an email. It has their resume attached, and it is an easy thing for you to reference back to. We're going to talk about why we think they're a fit, some of the areas that might be a concern. And of course, we're going to go through that work history so you don't have to waste time finding about why did they leave that job. And of course, if they've left every job for a better opportunity, we're going to think long and hard before we share them with you. So with that, we're going to move into your selection process. And so with this, you can do your selection process however you want, or you can rely on my guidance as an expert to help you make sure you're doing a really thorough interview, making sure you make the great hire, but you're not taking too long or bogging it down. This is probably one of the things my clients like best about working with me is they know that we don't need the same level of search process or selection process for a yard worker as we do for a VP of sales. There's different levels for different searches and different ways to really appeal to that candidate and make sure that it's a recruiting process even as you're going through your selection process. Because again, we want to be the ones to send them the rejection notice and not get rejected by them. Now, during this, I'm going to be providing you with insight and advice. One of the things about Building Gurus that's a little different is you are working with me. You will not be passed off to a junior recruiter. I have a team that supports me in research and administrative things. But when we're anywhere from submittal of qualified candidates to placement, I'm your contact. You're talking to me about how we're going to get this done. You're not getting passed off to somebody who's only done a few searches and is cutting their teeth. Now, of course, I'm going to help you with the selection support. One of the things that's a little bit weird is I will raise concerns my clients might not see. But I do that because my clients are typically long-term partners, and I am in it for the relationship, not just a one-time check. Now, we also want to make sure that we are getting to yes and sticking with it. So one of the things that we do that you should frankly involve in your own practices is make sure after they've accepted that offer, we're keeping in touch until that start date, because that is when you're most vulnerable to them getting cold feet and deciding not to make a change, or more likely getting a counter offer, because typically these are people that are making an impact at their company. So by us keeping in touch, we're reducing the risk of that. We're able to talk about that and share with them why that isn't a right idea. And so with that, as I said, that's one of the ways we help you get to yes. Now, once you've got to yes, you've gotten to that start date, they showed up, woo-wee, everybody's happy. Then we're going to go into our 4th stage. So check out the next video to learn more about that.